Hi, peoples! Woo! Look at that, we're making even more progress. Oh yeah, we got our wheel hubs ready to go. Look at that, we got that baby all assembled, ready to rock. Got the front caliper that we just rebuilt. I got it mounted up. Oh yeah, that's what it's gonna look like. It looks pretty sharp on there. Look at that. Woo! Yeah, that shiny bracket and those red brake pads make that look pretty awesome. Even though you won't see it. Not really. So yeah, here's what our master cylinder looks like now too. Now that we get it polished up instead of black, I like it much better. I like the black cap on there because I bought the black screws that go in there too, and the black cap on that polished. I got it polished up the rest of the way too. So, woo! And I got the handle polished up even better also. Wow, that's looking pretty good. Pretty good, folks. Got the rear caliper done. Got the front wheel hub all assembled. Got the rotor on and torqued, and everything's greased up. I'm going to show you how I got the bearings on the front of the swing arm right here. So the pivot bearings, I'm going to show you guys how I what not to do and what to do, because I tried one way and it didn't work. And so I tried another way and it took a little while, but I got them out. Those bearings, they were not even seized into that one. Those bearings were nice and everything was greased up still, which I can't believe. You guys got to see this. This was the most awesome swing arm I think I've ever seen for that age. It still had perfect grease in it. I probably could have just put a pivot bolt in that thing and ran it. The bearings were that good. They were immaculate. But anyway, you're going to see how I cranked them out, and you're going to see how I didn't crank them out with one way. Woo! Yep, we got all of the stuff ready to rock and roll. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get on down to this. Alright, so yeah, go ahead and subscribe down there so that you can get all this stuff into your inbox whenever 11 Gallery ATV puts out new build videos. You'll get that right at the top of your list up there. So yeah, make sure that you crack that like button down there too, because that helps me with the algorithms, and you know, it helps YouTube decide that I'm good content. And man, I really appreciate you guys' support for all this, and I hope to do it for a really long time. So I'm glad you guys support me, and I thank you very much for that. Yeah, so keep on supporting me, and I'll keep on building things. Woo! Let's get on back down to what we were doing down there. All right, let's go for wheel hubs. Red. And I already hit them with the prep spray, so let's hang them up and paint them. All right, one of the rears is upside down. We're going to test out which one works better. Duplicolor red caliper paint, been sitting in the sun for a little while. Feels nice and toasty. And of course, I'm ready to paint and the wind comes up, because it's been calm all this time until I fucking cracked the can open. Now the wind never fails, never. All right, coat one done. All right, let's do coat number 2, red. All right, the red's gonna require 3 coats. So we'll come back and hit coat 3. All right, let's go for third and final coat of red. Coat 3, final coat. Red, done. All right, peoples, check this out. Now that we got these all painted up, they turned out pretty goddamn nice, I must say. We can start stripping them down and getting them ready. Actually, these are ready. There's nothing I need to do to these. We need to get rid of all the stuff. Let's pull the plugs. Ooh-wee. And we'll pull the plug from the top. And then we'll pull the plug from here. Yeah, and see how good those things work? Beautiful! Those turned out pretty goddamn nice, I must say. They're gonna look good. Alright. So now, let's pull the top. All right, now this one, we have one plug up here, and these are just tape, so we don't need to save these, so we're gonna throw these in the trash. Ooh, so that worked pretty good. Actually, next time I might do that. That worked out even better. Wow, that's nice. Woo-wee. So, now we just need to pop these off. These are going to be a son of a bitch. Because they went on really hard. Oh, well that wasn't so bad, was it? All right, now we hopefully can just peel this tape right up on off of here. And like I said, this tape, it was just a small preventive measure because we're gonna wire wheel this off and we'll get the overspray and stuff that we did, but we just wanted to block off the major parts, like especially this. Oh, because look at how beautiful that is. We don't want any in there. That's what we're gonna, this one's ready for new bearings and seals. But man, that turned out pretty good. And we hit the inside of here, but I might leave it. That's pretty interesting. I'm going to get my Dremel and I'll clean up these edges right here and I'll leave that. Actually, it depends. If something goes over the top of this, I guess it doesn't even matter, does it? Huh. Well, all right, we'll see what happens. Now let's get the last side, which is this top guy. Look at that. That had some grease on it. That was a good idea. We're gonna have grease in there anyway. Wow. All right, you learned something new. Look at that. All right, folks. So this guy is ready for new bearings and seals. And these are ready for new wheels. Woo! All right. Let's get this baby, let's get this dog rebuilt. Let's get the bearings and seals up in here. And yeah, one step closer. We're ready to rock and roll. Woo! All right, peoples. Next, we're going to install our front wheel hub bearings and seals. And we're going to put the rotor on. We're going to put the bushings in. We're going to put the axle through. And yeah. All right. So let's get all this cleared away and get to town. All right. So what we're going to do first is we are going to install the left bearing. All right. One side has got writing on the thing here. The other side does not, which is kind of weird. By rule of thumb, the writing goes up. So I'm going to put the writing side up. But it doesn't really make any bit of difference, I'm guessing. They look the same. But anyhow, I'm going to do it anyway, because that's the way I roll. When in doubt, put the writing up. All right, so what we're going to do, we got all that nice and cleaned out, and you know, we took a wire wheel to it and got everything all beautiful. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of just a little bit of grease around the outside of this thing to help persuade it. And we're also going to put some grease along here. And inside here. All right, now what you want to do is just get this thing started. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, this is from my TRX 400EX right here. This is from my leftover build. This is from a bunch of parts I had. This is actually from an old one. It's like a 2003 or 4 or something. But it fits perfectly on this bearing. So we're going to use a combination of this. You want to find something to drive it. If you happen to have the luxury of having a bearing driver, well, use that. But I don't have one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this on here just like so. Because look at that, it's perfect. And then I'm going to take this, what size is it? 27-inch massive socket. And I'm going to put it on here like so. And I'm going to crack it. And I think we need to go a little bit over here. There, it's straight. And now we just can crack it hard. Well, we're making marks in here. I think we're going to have to take this out in the garage and do it. You understand the concept of what's happening here, right? You just keep on doing that. But, yeah, I'm going to take it out in the garage and finish it up. But, yeah, just keep on beating it until it goes down. But I needed a better surface to work with here, so... Alright, so what you want to do is you want to beat it down. This thing works perfect, by the way. This dust seal cap from a swing arm of a 400EX works perfect. It is exactly the right, and it goes in with a little bit of play so I can get it back out again. But what you want is that, right there. You want to drive it down so that you got enough room for the dust seal. And the dust seal is going to go right over the top like so. But we're not going to put that in yet until we get the other bearing on the other side. So we need to put this guy in there. And this one's going to be a little more tricky because this was easier to beat on. But anyway, put the left one in first. And then you want to make sure that you get the collar in there. Definitely don't want to forget this thing because that would suck. Next to this collar goes in I don't think it matters which way it goes. Nah. But we're going to grease this baby up. Just a nice little, a nice layer of grease on here to make sure it doesn't seize up in there. And don't worry about getting some on the inside because we're going to grease up the axle that goes through here anyhow. Yeah, there you go. Now we'll just drop that sucker in there. Alright, next we're going to put in the right side. So let's get ourselves a little coat of grease on there. This will also help it to not seize up in there. And then the same thing, we're just going to bash it with a hammer. This one's going to be a little tricky though, because it's got this little edge on it right here, which we don't want to break that sucker off. And then you want to bash it down with a hammer. But we're going to go out in the garage and do that. All right. Now that we got that other one drove down in there like that, the right one and the left one, we can pop our seals on. So what you want to do is you want to take a little bit of grease. Actually, you know what we're going to do first? Before we do that, let me get the grease off my hand here. Before we put the seals on, we're going to make sure that the axle goes through because that spacer in there is kind of screwy sometimes. So you want to make sure that it goes all the way through. Look at that. We're good. That is most definitely what we want. So let us get our seals on. And yeah, you want to put a little grease on the outside of here. And I'm actually going to fill this right here full of grease too, so that while it's sitting on there, this will be spinning and just taking grease out of there as it needs it. All right. And then we want to grease the lips of this also. And we can wipe off the end of that, but and then what we'll want to do is we'll want to use we'll use our socket here, and we'll just pound that thing in. And you want to get it flush, just like so. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So we'll put a little bit around the outside. And then we'll pack the inside full. All right, well that's a lot of grease, huh? And there we go. You just want it nice and flush. And then now we can insert our collars. So the left side gets the long one. So just think of LL. Left is long. So the longest one goes on the left side. And the left side is this side. So we'll want to put a little bit of grease up in here. The left side collar goes in here. And now we're going to put the axle through. And we're going to want to grease this up good. And then on the right side, we have this one. And I need to get that off of the threads. Okay. It looks about right. And then we want to get this off of the threads. All right, now that we got all that hooked up, we're going to bust out the brake rotor. And the way this thing works is obviously these 3 holes go on these 3 right here. But you want to make sure you get it facing the right way, because don't face it this way, you're going to be having a world of problems. So it says drive right here. It's got a drive arrow on it, and drive is this way. So you want to make sure that it's going the same direction that we're going. So basically this is opposite, because when it's sitting on the machine, it'll be like this. This is the left side, this is the right side. So the drive obviously doesn't go this way, it goes this way. So you want to face the side with the lettering out, and the clean side in. So basically just like so. So when we switch it, we'll be just like this. Opposite. So the writing out. And just like so. And these bolts get torqued to 15 to 22 foot-pounds. All right, so since it calls for 15 to 22 foot-pounds, I'm going to go 20. That sounds like a nice, wonderful number. And nice and even, beautiful. Since these are used, they've already been cracked once before. I'm not going to go the full 22. I think 22 is probably for the brand new ones, but I'm going to go 20, and I think that should be plenty. So let's crack these dogs down to 20 foot-pounds. 20. 20. 20. All right, and these are also lock nuts too, so 20 is probably plenty. And there we go, torqued up, ready to rock and roll. And there you have it. One beautiful hub, ready to be cruised along. All right, peoples, check this out. Next, we got our fine swing arm, which is probably the cleanest OEM swing arm that I've ever seen. This old. Jeez, look at that. That thing is so clean. I don't even know what to say as to how clean that is. Anyway, the parts even came out. Look at this. Check this out. That's the original. Look at that. That's crazy. And the original chain slider. Look at that. Is that insane? It's like someone didn't even ride this thing. Now, now we got one extra thing. We need to get these bearings out of there. And I'm hoping they look pretty goddamn clean. I don't know if you can see them or not, but they look really, really clean and not rusty or anything. So, I'm hoping my little blind bearing puller will crank those suckers right on out. If not, I don't really know what the hell I'm going to do. But let's give it a whirl. Let's see what happens here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our blind bearing puller and we are going to put it in, because it's got a lip on it right here, right? So what you do is you put it in and then this thing expands. And then we'll crank it down. Let's see, did I get a... Oh, that'll work. So let's open it up a bit before we put it in there. Now you want to slide it down so that you can get this lip to snag the end of that. And we'll crank it down inside of there. Now, we're going to take the end of this thing and we're going to hopefully that son of a bitch didn't even move, man. What am I supposed to do? Oh my God. Look at the grease. That is really nice grease. I don't know what to say. I'm half tempted to leave those bearings in there and just fucking run them. They look pretty nice. I don't really want to do that though. I got some Delrin bushings coming. I already ordered them. I want to pop the bearings out, put the Delrin bushings in there, then I don't have to worry about those little caps either. You just plop the bushing in there, and it takes care of the cap and the bushing. What am I supposed to do? How do I get the bearings out? All right, I got a new plan. I'm gonna try the bearing pusher instead of the puller. So, what I'm gonna do is put the thing in there, and then I'm gonna hit it from the backside. So we're gonna put this thing in there, and we're gonna crack this thing down here. Alright, now I need a hammer. Lost my hammer. Well, I'm only going to try this once, I think, because this may ruin the bearing, and I may be like fuckered, so we'll see what happens. I still got this bearing though, and we can still crank it out from the other side if I can get this one out. We may still be able to drive it out anyway. Let's just find out what happens. Now, we should have put it like this. And now we'll put it between some wood. Well, I didn't wreck nothing, but it didn't come out. It didn't even move. How the hell are these things in there, man? And how do you get them out? Now I got wood in the threads. God damn it. Well, let's try it on the other side. It's coming. Look at that. We got one. Whoo! It came out. No, I can't get the tool out of it. Careful what you wish for. Now I don't know what to do. Ow! Well, that was not cool. There we go. Oh God, finally. I got one. Look at how nice those are. Well, I'm pretty impressed. Now I need to get the other one out. We're gonna have to do that again. I think last time was because it wasn't in there straight. So let's give this one a whirl and see what happens now. Oh no. What have I done? This way. There. Jeez. Yes! There it is. There's the other one. Okay, those bearings were in there. And now I got to figure out how to get wood out of the threads. But that should be easy enough. I just need to pick the wood out and use my thread cleaner. I got one of those little dealios where I can clean the threads with it. So, the bearings are out. And that still has some nice grease in it. That's crazy. This thing was well taken care of right here. All right. Can you see inside of here? Look at this. That is some nice, that's nice right there. I got a nice swing arm, peoples. All right. Now all we gotta do is wait for our Delrin bushings to come, and we just pop them in and go. We don't have to worry about doing any of that banging shit no more. All right, now that we got the bearings out of there, I'm gonna have to get the wood out of here because I wasn't thinking. We should have put a bolt in here and did that on the wood, but you know, hey, you live and you learn. See, I could have edited this shit out, but I'm showing you all the mistakes so you can go through them with me, and then if you go through them, you can figure out how to recover. So, here's what I'm going to try first. Now, I've never gotten wood out of threads before, not that I remember anyway. So, I'm going to try to pick it out first. Well, there's some. Ah, look at that. There's some more. Come on, big chunk. Come on, big chunk. Oh, come on, big chunk. There. Is there still some in there? I think there's still some in there, though. That sucks. Let me grab my flashlight. Yes, there is. I don't know if you can see that or not, but still some in there. We'll have to pick that out, so let's get it done. You won't be able to see this because I can't hold a flashlight and pick at the same time. Boom. There went a piece. I think we got it all. Here. There it went. Oh yeah, look at that. All the way down to the bottom, super clean. Now, let's just make sure, and we'll just chase it. We got a little thread cleaner. Might as well just clean this one up as long as we're here, right? These threads are pretty clean. And there we go. We're all set and ready to rock and roll. Got the bearings out. Got all of our pieces. We just need our Delrin bushings that we got ordered, and they're gonna just slide on right in here like so. Actually, they're gonna look just like this, kinda, except for they're just gonna slide right on in, and they're gonna have the piece already. They're one piece, right? They're like a plastic bushing, just a super high grade plastic, I guess is what they are. And there's no need for rollers. There's no need for there's no need for a ton of grease. You need to grease some, but not a ton. And you just drop them in, and it covers up this whole thing. That's it. We're getting there. All right, folks. Until next time, you know what time it is. Woo! Peace out, Girl Scouts. All right.